Good afternoon, LinkedIn. My name is Dominic. I run Stream. We're the UK's first iPhone-only multi-camera live stream and event video production company. Just last week, LinkedIn gave me access as one of just a small handful of people in the UK to their new LinkedIn live stream function. Since I got access to it, after a few initial videos at the end of last week, I decided that I would bring in a few guests. On Monday, we had the wonderful Fran Borman from Goal 17 talking about the use of sport-led mentoring to tackle the problem of youth homelessness. On Tuesday, I was joined by Pauline Kwasniak talking about the power of building an online network. Yesterday, I was joined by Adam Parry of Event Industry News and Event Tech Live. We talked about everything to do with tech and the future of tech in events. Today, I am very happy that that he's agreed to do this. Someone that I actually did some work for just in December last year. Lovely gentleman by the name of Andy Collinson, who is the co-founder and director of the World Flair Association, which we'll talk about in just a minute, as well as A-Spar Events, which we will also talk about. So, without further ado, let me bring in Andy. Let me do this here. Oh, we seem to have a problem with our camera, Andy. You're with the wrong way around. Already we've been hit with a technical issue. Let me do that again. Right, there. And we are on. Sorry about that, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us, Andy Collinson.
Good afternoon. How are you, Dom?
I am very well indeed, thank you. Thank you very much for coming on.
Fantastic. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're very welcome. How's the world treating you?
Very good at the moment. Very good. It's gearing up to our busy season with what we do event-wise. I'm sure everybody else out there in the event world knows as well.
Absolutely. Now would be a very good opportunity, as I've asked all of my guests, just to take a minute to introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what you do, and perhaps also a little bit about your background.
Yeah. Well, my name is Andy Collinson, and as Dom said, I'm the co-founder of the World Flair Association and also the director of A-Spar Events Limited. Both very closely linked companies, so they both deal in bartending and in proficient performance bartending. WFA is a global community of around 15,000 bartenders. We organise Flair bartending competitions and online grading tests, which we'll come to later. Yeah. And A-Spar Events is a premium mobile bar service offering high-end Flair bartenders, mixologists, cocktails, themed bars for private and corporate events, not only in the UK, but in Spain as well.
Okay, well, let's take those. Let's take A-Spar Events first. Actually, we've finally provided a video, so I think now would be a very good opportunity just to play, give people a flavour for what you do.
Fantastic.
That actually does a couple of things. First of all, it gives a little bit of a sneak peek of exactly what Flair bartending is, but also this provides an overview of A-Spar Events. How long have you been going?
2008 we set up.
Okay.
2000. So yeah, just over 10 years now.
And where did it come from?
Well, my background, I was a bartender.
Yeah.
So the age-old story is, I suppose, left university as a professional sound engineer. Couldn't get a job in the market, went to live in Tenerife as a bartender and thought, wait, this is good fun, a good fun of earning money without actually having to work that hard, even though you do work that hard. Came back to England, worked in Manchester, and then went down to London, started working in the famous Roadhouse in Covent Garden. We'll come to later, we worked together there, Dom.
Yep,
and off the back of that, just grew and grew and grew, started running bars, restaurants, general manager, things like that. and then set up the event company in 2008. As bartending was and always is been a passion of mine, and I just thought we could bring something extra to what we do to the event market.
And then, but that was started in the UK, and then at some stage later in the journey, you decided to take it to Spain also. I guess that was
It was. I mean, it's due to our network and my business partner over there, Pedro, who owns half the business, and we got a small office down in Marbella. He actually came to me and said, "Listen, we're not doing what you guys are doing in the UK down in Marbella. Should we do something together down there? You know, using your expertise of what you do in the UK with Aspire events and doing it down in Spain." I said, "Yeah, cool. Why not?" And it's worked really well in regards to doing the villa parties. We've done a few corporates. We've had like Red Bull as one of the clients as well. So we're doing well down there. It's still growing year on year. The major focus though is kind of doing the private parties, the big villa parties and things that are down there, and bringing a higher level of cocktails. Probably what other companies are offering, should we say, down in Marbella. But yeah, we cover up and down Spain as well. We've done events for Maxim over in Barcelona, where we've flown in some of our world-class Flair bartenders for it. And also, as you can see from the video that we did there, that was in Mallorca actually. Which is a really nice high-end private party that we did. Flew in world champion bartenders, Tomek and Marek, some of the best Flair bartenders in the world. Brought in our bartenders as well. Did the full bar service for a special 50th birthday party. It was, as you can tell by the video, it's quite a grand affair.
Yeah, and I've seen some of your other videos. If you look up Aspire events on Vimeo, I don't know if there's anything on YouTube as well, but there's certainly quite a lot on Vimeo. And it's all high end, and it's actually even the videos are really well produced.
Oh, thank you very much. I didn't do them myself.
I was just going to ask, did you do that yourself?
No, God, no. I know where my skill set lies, and it doesn't lie in video production. Even though I did do it at college, to tell you the truth. But there you go.
Well, regardless, they're great videos, and anyway, you can go look them up because it's worth looking at, and they produce some really high-end stuff, and very much worth a watch. However, I guess really the reason that I wanted to talk to you today, because I find the whole thing fascinating anyway, and also the subject really exciting, is about the World Flair Association. Now, I think I'm right in saying that WFA came after Aspire events, and again, I guess you've just seen an opportunity.
It didn't.
Oh.
It didn't, believe it or not. WFA has been around nearly on for 15 years now. And we set it up before I set up Aspire events. Going back to when I briefly touched upon working at Roadhouse as a bartender, when I came down to, originally from Manchester, came down to London in '99. When I started in 1999 at the Roadhouse, the general manager at the time, a guy by the name of Brett Seychelles, he wanted to organise a Flair bartending competition. And it's not a new thing. I mean, Flair bartending has been around since, you know, if you want to date back to the late 1800s by Professor Jerry Thomas, that used to do his Blue Blazer. I don't want to give you a history of Flair bartending. And it's probably more synonymously known by the 1980s, by the film Cocktail, you know. And off the back of the 80s and that 80s film, and then it went into the early 90s, and it was doing quite well, and then kind of tailed off a little bit. There was big TGI Fridays competitions, big ones over in LA and in Vegas as well, by the guys over there. So when I started at Roadhouse, and Brett Seychelles said, "Oh, let's do a competition in the UK," because there wasn't really a big one there. So we started it, and off the back of that, the competition grew and grew and grew. We started to create a whole database of people and connections all over the world. So we thought, hey, let's set up an association for Flair bartenders, help the community of bartenders across the world, give our insights and our input, and hopefully a platform for everyone else to share theirs as well, to create an association. So it's what we did. We got sponsorship by some alcohol brands, which taught us to do the website and whatnot. And it's kind of grown from there, and it's grown from the fact of still doing the same thing, which is the community of bartenders. But also helping that community of bartenders by having a grading system which is what we have, which is yellow, orange, green, blue, very similar to a karate kind of grading system.
Yeah.
Going all the way up to gold, where you get a gold level if you become first in any Grand Slam leaderboard, a Grand Slam of the year, and it's a points leaderboard for it. If you come top 3 in any Grand Slam competition, you get black level, 4 to 6 purple level. Yeah. And the other grading systems can be done at one of our authorized or endorsed schools around the world, where you go along and you do your test and you get awarded with your grade if you pass. Yeah. And what that does, it helps with bartenders with the progression. It's something they can add on their CV. Yeah. It's something that professionalizes Flair bartenders. So you can ask, what level are you? You know, or they can say what level they are, which, you know, to people that don't know the industry, if you say you're a Flair bartender, you're, oh, right, okay. I suppose it's like you could say, you know, in any trade, you know, well, how good you are you at it, you know? One way is to obviously show them, or another way is to say straight away, this is the qualification I've got and this is the level I'm at. So we find it's really helped for that with the grading system. It's really helped the bartenders. And it's really helped professionalize Flair in a certain way as well, you know, to give it certain standards to go to.
And considering it's quite a niche area, it's massively popular.
Yeah.
I think so. If I'll just explain the background. So as I explained in previous couple of videos, I started my business in September last year, and very soon after, I got put in touch with a Facebook group called the Delegate Wranglers, which is a network of event professionals across the world. And every Wednesday they have a supplier hour. And in the first time that I put my name into the hat in supplier hour, put a post out just talking about what I do. Andy saw the post, saw the website, got in touch, and then I went and did the Grand Slam final at the
It's the Roadhouse Finals. It's one of our Grand Slam competitions. It's one of them. We have about 6 in total throughout the year. But yeah, you did that.
So I did that, and honestly, when you walk into the event, well, it's just a bar, but actually it's not just a bar. This goes crazy, and actually I think that would be a really good time.
Yes, video.
Let's play a video. So actually, you can explain. This is only a clip.
Is it the Luca one?
Yes.
Okay, so Luca Valentine, one of the best Flair bartenders in the world. He won the grand final last year at Roadhouse, one of our Grand Slams. And this is his routine. As I say,
I haven't got all of the routine.
You haven't got all of it? Okay.
Well, I mean, I could play all of it, but it's 8 minutes long. And actually, it's probably worth just touching on very briefly, because this isn't just something that you go into and you do 30 seconds and it's done, is it?
No. I mean, when they do an 8-minute routine, it's a choreographed full performance. These guys train 8 hours a day. They perfect it perfectly to the music. You know, there's minimum amount of mistakes that they're doing in there. The skills that they got in order to perform these tricks are not something they learn overnight.
No, it's not. And it's not something that you're going to practice in your kitchen and you're going to nail first time out. Let's just play the clip. I've got a couple of things to do to make this work. Hang on.
Okay, go on.
It's so good. It's so good to watch, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
really, really entertaining.
It's and you'll see that we sell out this event. You see how busy it is there.
Yeah.
Tickets are 20 quid to turn up. Sells out. People flying from all over the world to just come and watch the competition.
Yeah. It's nuts, and I can say from being the other side of the camera in that example, it, there is so much to see. There's so much to watch. You can't actually possibly keep up with all of it. It's just insane, and there is a big audience there. I think there's probably 500-600 people in the Roadhouse.
Yeah, yeah,
There.
there is.
But here's the thing, and why I wanted to bring you on, because I think it's a really interesting story. You have used social media to drive and build popularity in what you do, and then also extend to what is now a global audience, to the point that you're able to take the WFA all over the world.
Yeah, well, do you know what it's always been? We've kind of always had that global kind of sector. What social media have done in regards to, and also doing videos of it, is able to access that global audience quicker and more professionally.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done these Grand Slams now for over 10 years. And we've had competitions from Singapore to, it's up my phone again, if that's dinging, I'm really sorry. We've had Singapore, we've done in Monaco, we've done Shanghai, we've done Dubai, we've done all these different countries and all these different competitions all over the place. And social media, in regards to what we do in these videos, of course, it's helped connect and get this message out about what we're doing and what level it is and what a fun place it is to be to all of the other bartenders. Yeah. And that's our main core for it, you know, is to try and connect with all these other bartenders and show them a platform about how cool it is and to get involved, you know. So that's our main mission.
And I guess the very nature of the very nature of what you do makes it actually quite immediate. You and I spoke earlier on, and you were saying actually, if you put the content out even an hour later, people aren't interested.
Well, I suppose it's the same with anything nowadays. It's people want it straight away, you know, and if it's not live, there's no inclination to watch it straight away. You might as well it's not live, I can watch that later. Yep. And if they don't come back to watch it later, they'll probably have forgotten about it, you know. The whole thing about it being live is like, this is happening right now. You feel connected, you feel like you're in current news, what's happening straight away, and you do feel part of the community while you're watching it. So it's really important for us. Yeah. I know we briefly discussed this before. One of the major issues possibly that we're moving forwards with when we're live streaming our events, which we came across with in November last year, it's the music that goes with it. And the music is such a large part of our of our performances that the guys are doing. Well, it's all done.
Yeah, you said it's choreographed. This isn't just music that picks and then the guys come on and do their performances too.
Exactly. Choreographed. So as soon as we start live streaming, we're coming up with issues sometimes with blocked in different countries. I mean, we was in last time we were doing a live stream in India, which was back end of last year. Yeah. And it was constantly Sony block, Sony block, Sony block. But if you put that video up afterwards, it'll just go, oh yeah, no, that's fine. They give you the use to use it. So it's a real grey area, you know. And if anyone's watching out there that gives us a solution for this, when we're doing a live stream, please get in touch, because currently it throttles our viewer base for what we're doing, purely because we have got music that goes along with the routine. Yeah. You know, the question.
When we saw it, I'd seen a few examples of it before you and I worked together, and I've seen a couple of examples since, but I've never had it as bad as when we did Roadhouse last year. Yeah. It's just constant. And actually, if I played that, I think actually the audio might have cut out on the video that I was playing just then.
Really?
Yeah. And actually it's a really good example. All of a sudden, the music just stops, doesn't it? There's no warning. It just stops. Now, luckily, they don't cut the feeds as much as they used to. That was a thing with Facebook for a while. They seem to be allowing the music to carry on. Carry on. But they will just suddenly mute it. And I guess if it's a really obvious commercial piece of music, or immediately, that's how it works. But it's a real challenge for you, definitely.
Yeah, so it's something that, for example, the last competition we did, which was last weekend, and it was over in Singapore, and for that competition, the routines were streamed just as 5-6 minute routines, rather than streaming the whole event. The only problem with that is every time you stream, they have to log back on. You know, you don't get your figures and your viewing figures and people to stay on.
You don't get the consistency, and that's what I mean. When we did Roadhouse, I think it was about 6 or 7 hours we were live for. It was constant, and there wasn't always action. We tried to keep it going in the background. I know Tom did a couple of interviews backstage, which was great. We had a load of sponsor messages to play in, but it was actually just about keeping the feed going, because this moment you cut off, or you have to force people to go and reconnect on a separate connection or a new stream, you're going to lose a good percentage, if not all of them.
Completely. And do you know what? We stream on two platforms.
Yeah.
The one that always works for us is livestream.com, which I know you guys can output to livestream.com, obviously.
Yeah,
that one doesn't get cut off for music.
No.
So it's like all your major players out there from your platforms, be it Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, livestream.com, Vimeo are doing a live now, LinkedIn, obviously. I don't think they're all adhering.
Thanks for bringing it back there, Andy.
Yeah, exactly. They're all linking. Obviously they all have to follow by the same rules, but they're not following by the same rules.
Officially, yes. Livestream.com is a little bit more of a private service. The big ones should. I don't think LinkedIn has done too much on, because they're like the whole live stream, the LinkedIn live service that we're using today is so new. I think they're concentrating on the development of it as a live stream platform before they then take it forward. And it's only a matter of time. It will happen, whether it's this year or next year, where they start running the same algorithms as Facebook and YouTube and the other platforms to try and bring the commercial content out, because it poses a problem in terms of artists and royalties. And I completely understand, and I don't think you disagree that that artists need to be paid for their music. However, the social platforms, unless you've got in a contact to any of them, the social platforms don't have a method to allow you as the WFA to pay a contribution to the royalties or PRS.
Well, for my days venue management and whatnot, and you know, it's been a while, but you have a PRS license. Okay, so a PRS license enables you to play music in a public area. Exactly. You know, they're not vast amounts, these PRS licenses, particularly for nightclubs and whatever else. So surely there must be something that you can get a PRS license for streaming online, as long as it's whether it's downloadable content, because then they can own the music, the person afterwards, and take it on. Yep. But if you're live streaming, then, you know, essentially it's not the easiest to download, even though if there's a feed anywhere, they can always rip it. Yeah. But that can be said the same for anything, be it coming out on radio or whatever else. But there's got to be something or a solution out there where you can actually live stream your events, where a lot of them have music behind them, you know, be it intro music, be it background, whatever it may be. So it alleviates that, because people are missing out on great content just because of music.
They are, and I think yes, they are missing out, but I think the business opportunity or the business cost is huge for you, particularly as you're trying to grow your audience globally, and you are reliant on live streaming to be able to do that. And when you're not in Singapore holding a competition, you still want people who are interested in Flair bartending to be able to join and be part of that competition, regardless.
Completely.
And it's causing a problem now, and actually it doesn't look like it's going to get any better anytime soon.
I'm sure that there's going to be a solution somewhere.
Which is a little bit doom and gloom. However, it's going to become, it's just going to be, in the end, I think, the person who will succeed will be the person who finds the best way around it. And I think probably functions like, platforms like livestream.com is probably where you're going to end up having to put all of your content and just link to it. And hope then, because you don't get the notification, or people don't get the notifications on livestream.com, all you can do is post that out to your social channels.
Well, the thing is livestream.com don't at the moment. Livestream.com, I don't know if they're in bed with me, with Vimeo and stuff. I don't know. There's a link with Mevo and me.
It was bought by Vimeo, wasn't it? Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. But what we're looking at is, and you know, again, this is not my area of expertise, But if we can output to just our own URL, and have it on our website and embed, and then get everyone looking at the website. The only thing about that is that the way you post and advertise that link is obviously through Facebook. And if they find out you're doing it, their algorithms will throttle you or whatever else to try and not get the news out there. So ideally, put it on Facebook. We're going to be super happy. Facebook will be happy, but we just need to alleviate this problem of this music copyrighted. But we are looking to do it direct to our site.
I will give you a little insider tip here, Andy, and I'm quite happy to help you offline as well. If you use, there is a brilliant service that I now use called Caster, Castr.io. Caster.io has a couple of functions. They are a restreaming service. So, for example, I can broadcast to Caster, and it will send that same signal out to Facebook, multiple Facebook pages, YouTube, Periscope, livestream.com, as well as a private server. They also have a live streaming service. So you can stream directly to Caster, and they will give you an iframe, which you can drop onto your website, and that's how you can get things straight to your site.
Okay, because fantastic. Because our site is built on WordPress, so we need some with it. Yeah, so it'll work apparently. Björn, if you're watching,
it will absolutely work, and I know because I use it in my own business now. As you know, I run a live streaming company, and a lot of my clients don't like especially where it's commercially sensitive, they don't like that content going out on publicly available channels. So first of all, I stream to Caster, and then I've built a private portal for them, so it's all password protected. We're actually looking at putting a paywall on that as well. But it's password protected so that they can just give that password to their staff members only, and therefore only they can use it. It bypasses all of the algorithms. You can stream all of the content that you want. If you've ever been to a corporate event, and you've probably been to a few in your time, they like to play in a lot of commercial music, or they'll use it as stings or beds for things that are happening, and we just have none of those worries. So Caster is the way forward. It's amazing.
Fantastic tip from the top there. Okay, brilliant.
I seriously, it's a great product. Govinda, who runs it, is purposely building out features and functions for businesses like mine, actually, and yours. And they've got all sorts of things. So have a look at it, Caster.io.
I'm going to try. I'm trying to make a quick note of it and try and not Google what I'm looking for. Some of the links later.
Do you know what? Just in case there is anyone else online that might be interested, that watches this now or later, let me put this up on the screen.
Go on.
There you go. So this is it.
Got it. Bite-size mobile training. No.
Caster, Castr.io. Live stream anywhere. They have a number of products. They have, like I said, a restreaming service, a live stream service, and also an IP camera streaming and storage service too. So you can monitor your property through Caster also. Really, really good service. I literally use it daily at the moment for various different things, whether it's to store client videos or to stream to for a job. It's really very good. We'll take this off. We can take that offline, Andy, but actually I can set it up so I can stream something for you, and you can try it yourself.
No, fantastic. Well, we need to discuss anyway, because we've got November. Well, we've got some other events coming up that maybe we need to,
have a look at.
Exactly. No, but
No, go on.
Like I say, I mean, moving forwards with our live streaming and what we're going to be doing, we just need our solutions for it. And I must say, when we used you for November last year, we literally, what was it? Was it 2 weeks, 3 weeks before the event day?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, can you do this just on the off chance? And for anyone watching out there, and this is a bit of a big up for Dom's dream, you managed to deliver and over-deliver on what we talked about within the shortest time frame possible. And what we got, the quality we got back for what we paid was amazing. You just cannot beat it. To get that level of live stream production anywhere else, we've looked and we know it costs a hell of a lot. So, it was amazing. It was amazing.
That's superb. I couldn't actually ask for a better recommendation. I might even clip that out and put that out as a separate piece later on.
Okay.
But you know, what you do, sorry, the content that you put out with WFA, I know you're kind of restricted on livestream.com in how you
Yeah.
broadcast in the fact that you've got one camera and it's head on it straight there. But
Yeah.
actually, as we saw in the clip just now, these guys are twisting and turning and they're moving around the stage. And actually, a lot of the moves happen behind their back.
Yeah.
So being able to place the multiple cameras and actually not having something that's huge like you would have a typical broadcast camera, but
Yeah.
literally just standing an iPhone at the back of the stage or putting it just off to one side, it just enables so much more opportunity to see exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
But your kind words are very much appreciated. Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
So what have you got planned for the future? What's going
Okay.
on?
Well, in regards to WFA, I mean, it's all very exciting because, I mean, the only platform, the whole shop window, I suppose, is our social media channels, is our website.
Yeah.
And I briefly touched on the grading system that we've got, where we've got all these bartenders across the world that have all different levels of grading. Yeah. And what we're finding is that a lot of them are doing the yellow, and they do this at the bartending schools, and they want to come back and they want to do the orange and things like that. But they're like, oh, we have to go back to school to do it. You know, I'm kind of on the road now. I can almost teach myself now to do it because I've had my starter. I've done my yellow level. I've gone to a bartending school to do it. What can I do now? So we thought, right, okay, well, you know, we can take this online. So using online media in regards to videoing themselves, they can now, well, we're about to launch, not just yet. They can video themselves doing the test, which the test basically comes down to a pour test. It's a speed round and a Flair round where they have to do the tricks to a certain level. So we're going to have that facility to do it, so they can submit their own test online. We can check it and award their grading level. When they get their grading level, they get a certificate, they get a digital badge on their profile on the website, worldflairsociation.com. Yeah. And they also get a coloured shaker, which is a coloured cocktail shaker that we send out. I would have one here, but I don't. But
pretend.
Yeah, exactly. We get sent out to them. So we're moving forwards with that. So it's going to enable us to grade more bartenders, to push the level of Flair bartending around the world to a higher level, which of course then will help out with the bars that they work in, get them better jobs, and it will help increase the level of performance that you see behind the bars around the world, which is what we want. You know, we want people to know that bartending is a professional career choice. Yeah. So we've got that, and we've also launching what we call the BK, which is the bartender knowledge. Okay. And again, this is through obviously our website and through using video at the same time. Because the bartender knowledge is, I mean, you'll have heard of brand ambassadors. Anyone watching out there is a brand ambassador for a brand. The job of that brand ambassador is to go around the world, speak to bars, speak to bartenders, doing seminars, be it bar shows, be it bars, be it wherever they do it, to talk about their products, to tell them how great it is, to tell them all the history behind it, production techniques, all that kind of stuff, to arm those bartenders with the knowledge. So the bartenders have got that knowledge, so hopefully the next time they step behind the bar, they feel more confident in brand X, for example, and they're going to use it more in the cocktails. They know the flavor profiles, they know it's going to work. They've got a bit of a story to tell. Yeah. Bartenders love knowledge, and they love having the knowledge of the products that sit behind them on the back bar, because they want to know about the products that they're serving. Yeah. So launching online is going to be the bartender knowledge, where a brand can come to us and give us a 5-minute video, 3-minute video, whatever it may be. It will be on our platform. Our members can join in, see there's a new video up, watch the video, and then go through to an online test where there's 10 questions that they answer. They answer the question correctly, they get given a digital badge on the profile, goes along with the grading system, sits in their online CV. So everyone then can, you know, they can see, oh, this guy is orange level at Flair. He's also done brand knowledge in all these different brands. It shows as a knowledgeable bartender. So bartenders are getting great knowledge without having to have the, I suppose, the luxury of working in a great bar where a brand ambassador may come to, or having to travel to go to, or can't afford to travel to go to one of the great bar convent shows that are all around the world. They can learn about these products that they might not have access to online.
Yeah.
And the brands themselves can get access to our members, currently 12,000 and growing on a daily basis,
Right.
of bartenders, of targeted audience, rather than just spending, a couple of thousand on a Facebook post boosted to a general demographic that might not get reached.
I was going to say,
So, yeah,
might not engage, more importantly.
might not engage, So that's what's new for WFA. And of course, we're carrying on with our competitions.
Yeah.
Just in Singapore. We've got some comps coming up in Italy. We've gone back to India. So yeah, we've got some great stuff, as we always do with WFA.
As a busy summer.
It is a busy, yeah.
And the two things that you just talked about, then they're not launched yet.
They're not launched. No. They're coming soon, should we say? So watch this space. So as soon as they are ready, I'll be sending you links, Dom, so you can share.
Absolutely, and I'll put those out on my social media too. But it's important. Let's drop this in now. So for more information about anything to do with the WFA, the World Flair Association,
yeah,
www.worldflairassociation.com. I put it on the screen beneath me right now. If you want to engage with Andy on social media, I've got the two Twitter handles here. So for World Flair Association, we're going to go at WFlairA. That's at WFlairA on Twitter. And also on Twitter is at ASPAR Events. That's at ASPAR Events. They're also on Facebook, I think, under the same handles. Where else are you? On Instagram?
Instagram, we're probably bigger on Instagram in regards to WFA. It seems a more popular platform of choice for our demographic, which is at World Flair Association for Instagram. And ASPAR Events is at ASPAR Events as well. Both with facebook.com/ASPAR Events or /World Flair Association. Twitter, I can't believe you mentioned Twitter. We're out on Twitter, but we don't push it as much as we should. We should engage more.
I perhaps should have checked that with you before I put those on the screen. It's because everyone I've spoken to this week is quite big on Twitter, so I just naturally went there. So apologies. I will put links to all of your stuff, all of your social media in the comments below.
Thank you very much.
Make sure that everything gets seen. Andy, thank you so much for joining me. Half hour, 40 minutes out of your day is a big ask of anyone, so I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I will catch you up. I'll catch up with you offline just so I can talk you through the use of Caster.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you
very much. I'll see you soon.
Cheers now. Bye-bye.
What another great guest. I love Andy and I love working with him and everything that World Flair Association does. It's such a fun event. If you're in London at all, it's the Roadhouse in Covent Garden, which is a really cool venue. And we had an awful lot of fun there in November. But there's lots of competitions always running there. You can find Roadhouse online as well. Just look up Roadhouse Covent Garden on Facebook. So thank you very much again, Andy. It's really lovely to have you on. Really nice to catch up, and hope to see you soon. Right, moving on. Tomorrow, the last one of the first week, which I find quite amazing. This time last week, I probably wouldn't have said that we would get this far and that so much would have happened, and also that so many conversations would have happened in the way that they've had. It's been fascinating, and hearing other people's stories, what they do, their passions, their interests. That's actually what I do. I'm normally the other side of the camera, filming those and telling those stories from the other side of the lens. But just getting the opportunity to do this on LinkedIn has been amazing. Tomorrow we finish on a real high. It's been an amazing week all the way through, and it's not going to disappoint tomorrow. As most of you will know, it's Mental Health Awareness Week. And I put a couple of feelers out for someone that looking for a guest that I thought might be great to come on the show and actually have some credibility and some kudos in that area. And so I got in touch with Simon Blake, OBE, who is the Chief Executive of Mental Health First Aid England and also the Deputy Chair of Stonewall. And to my absolute delight, he's agreed to come on tomorrow. He's going to be joining me on this show at 2 o'clock via video chat. We're going to be talking everything around mental health awareness, particularly on their key theme this year, which is body image. But we're also going to be looking at the work of the Mental Health First Aid England and the tools that they provide to others to help people help others in their workplaces, in communities, in schools, and in sport. It's going to be a really, really interesting conversation. He has so much to say. He writes so many blog articles, and I'll stick the thing on the screen now. As I said, it's at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Simon Blake OBE from Mental Health First Aid England, really rounding off what's been the most amazing week, and catching up on one of the main things that affect so many people and businesses in this country, which is mental health, in what is Mental Health Awareness Week. So that's 2 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you very much. Skip me back on the screen. Thank you very much for joining me again. Thank you very much to Andy and all of my other guests so far this week. I will be back at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Thank you for joining me.